Spiritual Teaching 133. Love each other. 1. Welcome, my beloved, who come to listen to my word. Here is the Master of humanity. Now I am communicating through these spokesmen, as I once spoke to the peoples through the mouths of the prophets. 2. Do you find among men something greater than what your God has revealed to you? No. So why do you follow lost truths? If I have laid a straight path before your eyes, only I can reveal to you what for you have been mysteries. Who else can intervene in God's designs? Only my divine light could, having revealed to you that your present life has been granted to you to atone for past faults that your hearts ignore. In that chalice of bitterness you are atoning for mistakes to purify your spirit and achieve evolution. 3. Do not forget that your existence is not limited by your flesh. Therefore, when it ends, your spirit does not die. Have you forgotten that the spirit is the seed of eternity? 4. Also do not limit me in the form of Jesus. If you want to remember me or meditate on my manifestation as a man, do it remembering my teachings, my works. Conceive me infinite, so that you recognize the first proof of love that I gave you by making myself similar to you, so that later, through the practice of virtues, you would be similar to my divinity, imitating my examples. If I speak to you in this way, it is because you are already qualified to understand me. 5. I am all spirit, but in all my works I am present. If you look for me as I surround you on earth, in the air, in space, in light, there you will see me. If you seek my presence in the most insignificant creature, in the sheet of breeze that moves a tree or in the perfume of a flower, there you will find me. There you will discover the trace of love with which the Creator initiates all his works. Many wonders your science has discovered and created. But man has not done everything, because I put in him the elements of life. The beginning of everything is in my charity. The Spirit, through human mind, is a mirror that reflects the light and power of divinity. The higher the Spirit and the more evolved the mind, the more revelations it will have to reflect. Yesterday your science has given you very bitter fruits. It is because you have brought that light only along the path of free will. 6. Have I not told you that you are the lost sheep? That is why I come after you to recover. When you return the true path to my fold, the harmony between you and the Father will make you give to humanity true fruits of life. Why should you always go the crooked way? Does the voice of your inner judge ever tire of talking to you? Why should you not embrace the good? Whenever you do a good deed, does your spirit flood with joy? 7. Humanity. I have never wanted you to get lost. It is unfair that you have that concept of your Father, that you think he has created beings that irresistibly have to be lost, that he has indicated that destiny to the children of God. Understand that your destiny is different. It is to live eternally, and not a few, but all, because all of you are my children. If I descended into the world as a man, it was to show you in the examples of that sacrifice, the fulfillment of the mission indicated by my divinity. I tell you that blood was shed to trace the path of restitution to all my children, and that if anyone had not achieved that benefit, for him he would only make me a man again, and I would give my blood to save him. 8. There is no perfect justice like mine. If now you complain that sentences are heavy in the world about innocence, and that on the other hand, there are some guilty without the justice of the world having sanctioned them, do not fear or judge them. Remember that everything has limits, that nothing goes unnoticed by me, and that also everything has an end on earth. Walk, my children, do not stop, but go the way that my law has drawn you. Tell me that you love me, but not with words but with acts, with works of love towards your brothers. Do not raise material altars for me to worship me. But if you need an altar to be able to inspire you, look at that wonderful nature that surrounds you and love me through it, so you will come to me. 9. Beloved disciples, whenever you draw near to me, prepared in spirit and flesh, you will receive my strength and comfort. Your sorrows will depart, and you will taste milk and honey. Deposit in me what your heart contains, and I will dispose in your life according to my will. I want you all to fight, that no one be lethargic, that you be solicitous and work with submission and obedience, because it is time for fulfillment and restitution, and your farming tools only acquire shine after the fight. 10. Humanity is waiting for my new disciples. But if you who are my peasants, for fear of the judgment of the world, you abandon the seed and the tools, what will become of this humanity? Have you not felt the responsibility of your position? Your consciousness never deceives you, and it will always tell you if you have complied. That restlessness that you experience is a sign that you have not observed my precepts. 11. I have given you the gift of peace, and you have not sown it in the hearts of your brothers. You have not influenced your thoughts and prayers to ease the pain of nations at war. Do not be like the blind leading the blind. Remember that I have told you that you are the light of the world. Your charge will not be heavy if you have love for this cause. If you present me with good resolutions, I will help you. It will not be necessary for you to go to look for the sick, but you will be requested. I will put them on your way, and so you can fulfill that blessed mission to console. Those who come to you will have been prepared by me, so that you do not stumble over the ones hard and hard and tell me, how heavy is the charge that you have given me, Father, and how hard the lands that I am tilling. I have arranged everything for you to work with love and perfect yourself. 12. I have chosen you to entrust this mission to you because you love me and have presented your humility and submission. I do not want that after having taken you as intermediaries to pour out my charity on those in need, you feel superior to your brothers and you do not know me. 13. To elevate your spirit, you have to renounce superfluous pleasures from this world. My way is narrow, and it is necessary to watch and pray. But if you truly love me, it will not be a sacrifice for you to separate yourselves from these human miseries. I have made your cross light. I have enlightened those around you so that they are not obstacles in your path. 14. Tomorrow there will be a war of doctrines and ideas. Many of your brothers, tired of false promises, will come to you in search of truth, and if you are not prepared, the presence of these men will intimidate you. 15. Fight for the salvation of humanity and take advantage of this time, because 1950 is approaching, and I will stop talking to you through spokespersons. Many of you will serve me before that year, and others after it. After that year, you, who have transmitted my word, will not enter into ecstasy. And those who have allowed the spiritual world to manifest at this time, you will obey their inspirations and you will feel protected at all times. I will be with all my children so that you continue to make my teachings known to humanity. At that time, your enemies will try to annihilate you and form obstacles for the development of my work. If you are disunited, you will feel weakened. Many of those persecutors, knowing the essence of my doctrine, will recognize me, convert, and take my teachings to other nations and regions. 16. I want you to bring this light to all my children, some humble and others powerful, that you seek their spirit that groans and know how to guide it, and that you who have been rude know how to interpret my will to the world. 17. Each one is in the place that I have indicated. Do not murmur about those I have left before you as interpreters, as responsible for these multitudes. Rather, help them with your thinking. If I have chosen you to give you an important position, pray for them to carry out their delicate mission. 18. You, who have suffered the trials that have forged your heart, can already understand the one who suffers and penetrate into the arcane that is the human heart. Discover the pain or evil that afflicts it, to console it. 19. Understand me, people, and think that if I have materialized my word, it is because I love you and I want you to know my will, that you love each other. 20. Shake hands in friendship, but do it with sincerity. How do you want to be brothers if you have not known how to be friends? 21. If you want the Father to dwell in you, you must learn to live as brothers. When you take that step in the path of brotherhood, your triumph will have as its reward the communication from spirit to spirit. Many gifts I have delivered and announced to you, that when you are united in will and in thought, I will grant you to communicate by inspiration with your brothers who live beyond your world. 22. My work is of light. My truth is clear, from what I tell you, that no one will be able to walk in darkness, affirming that I am. 23. At that time, when I became a man, I lived among you. It happened many times that at night, when everyone rested, there was no lack of men who would look for me, coming stealthily to me, fearing to be discovered. They were looking for me because they felt remorse for having shouted and scandalized against me while I was speaking to the crowd. And their remorse was more intense when they verified that my word had left them a present of peace and of light, and that in his body I had poured my healing balm. 24. Head down they presented themselves before me, saying, Teacher, forgive us. We have recognized that there is truth in your word. I answered them, if you have found that I only speak the truth, why are you hiding? You receive the rays of the sun when it appears. And when have you been ashamed of it? 25. He who loves the truth never hides it, denies it, or is ashamed of it. 26. I speak to you like this, because I see that many come to listen to me on the sly, lying where they came from, hiding what they have heard, and sometimes denying having been with me. What are you ashamed of? 27. It is necessary for you to learn to speak about my work and my word in such a way that you do not give place to being mocked, or that they point to you. It is also necessary that you cultivate sincerity, so that when you bear witness to me, you do it with words that are expressions that spring from your heart. That is the seed that always germinates, because it has the essence of truth that touches the heart and reaches the spirit. 28. My divine message, when depositing it in you, must be transformed into a fraternal message, but so that it impresses and moves the materialistic and skeptical heart of this humanity. It must be wrapped in the truth that I have revealed to you. Yes, if there is something you hide or keep silent, you will not have given a full testimony of what my revelation has been in the third era, and consequently, you will not be believed. 29. I have come to prove to you that the blind fold of darkness can be removed from the ignorant or to the stubborn, without hurting him, without offending him, or hurting him. And so I want that you do it too. I have proved in yourselves that love has more force, forgiveness, patience, and indulgence than harshness, anathemas, or violence. 30. Keep this lesson, disciples, and do not forget that if you want to call yourselves worthy brothers of your peers, you will have to gather goodness and virtues to pour them out on them. I promise you that in the light of brotherhood, I will make my presence felt in a vibrant way. 31. The spirit of the one who knows how to prepare is ecstatic in the contemplation of the spiritual teachings, inspired by the Master's word. The land of your heart has not been barren, and the wheat will soon bear fruit. 32. My light has torn the dense darkness of your ignorance. Your heart has softened to love me, and your understanding has cleared to understand my revelation. This light has made you contemplate the greatness of life, the perfections of creation, the wonders of nature, and the wisdom with which each destiny has been traced. 33. Sometimes you say to me, "Teacher, it is easy to learn your lesson, but difficult to practice it. So I encourage you, and with my love, I inspire in you trust. Then in your daily life, I am putting you tests within the reach of your ability. And so, insensibly, you begin to practice the Master's lessons. Understanding, faith and love is all you need to walk this road." 34. Remember that when you have arrived before my presence, before demanding that you immediately start the fulfillment of some mission, I let you listen to me, so that you become saturated with my word that is wisdom and strength, balm and peace. Before, I have let you search for my truth until you find it. I have let you scrutinize my work and penetrate it as deep as you want, as I told Thomas to sink his fingers into the wound on my side so that he could believe, just so you can be firm and persevering in the fight that awaits you. 35. I have made you listen to my word countless times and felt like disciples before my lessons. I have manifested my divinity, and I have allowed my spiritual world to give evidence of its presence, doing wonders among you. 36. If you know how to understand and take a good look at what I have given you, you will be convinced that you are not hungry or needy of trials and miracles. 37. You have seen wonders performed in yourselves or in your brothers, and those wonders have been what have lit the flame of your faith, and those who raised an altar of love in your heart. 38. You have everything, so that you can come to practice my doctrine with the purity and elevation that you already understood. 39. Today you question me at every step. Tomorrow you will be the ones to answer the questions your brothers ask you. 40. Delicate and beautiful is the mission that I have come to entrust to you. It is the cross of love under which you will fall, and the one that will lift you up with his strength. 41. Who can go through this life without carrying a cross? And who will be the one carrying it? Do not some fall burdened by its weight. 42. Do not forget that I, your Messiah, your Redeemer, also had my cross on earth, and I had to fall time after time under its weight. Truly I tell you, the flesh will be able to bend and fall overwhelmed under the weight of pain, fatigue, and agony. But the spirit will not be defeated, because in each fall, it will rise higher. In each complaint, it will bless its destiny, and death itself will rise in the light of true light. 43. Christ did not disdain to take up his cross, carrying her to Calvary and expiring in her as a man. I gave you the greatest example of humility. 44. That cross was the pen with which I wrote my passion in the hearts of men. 45. O people to whom I have entrusted the mission of being light and salvation for humanity, you are the disciple of the 3 years, which now, in the 3rd, will become a teacher. 46. Today you are united, forming congregations, crowds, and groups. Tomorrow you will get up by different paths, witnessing and teaching my doctrine, but you will not be spiritually distant from each other. 47. Even if you are separated by seas or by vast lands, your hearts will be one next to the other, united for the ideal of fulfilling your mission. 48. The unification of this people will come after 1950. The joy of the Father will be great to see the fruition of the seed that he cultivated with his word, which was like fruitful dew, and that the people received from 1866 to 1950. 49. The moment is drawing near, people, when you will have to give me the first fruits of your mission on the foot of the new Mount Sinai. 50. I want that in that blessed hour you present to me that unification that you lost in times past and that I have requested in the present. That you do not come before me carrying fanaticism or idolatry in your heart, and in your hands the fruit of mystification. 50. I want that in that blessed hour you present to me that unification that you lost in times past and that I have requested in the present. That you do not come before me carrying fanaticism or idolatry in your heart, and in your hands the fruit of mystification. 51. How could he who worshipped idols discover his error, if he also found you deifying similar objects? 52. My charity is fertilizing all lands, so that the seed of spirituality may fall on them. 53. Do not fear your destiny, people. Slavery is not within this mission, nor is this sheepfold a prison, nor charges that I have entrusted to you are chains. 54. Blessed are those who enter this ark with faith and goodwill, for they will be saved from its time of temptations. They will be strong, because in their pain they will have my balm. In their poverty they will have the treasure of this work. And when they pursue ingratitude or slander, you will have the consolation of my word of love. 55. I have not come to ask you for superhuman sacrifices, nor have I demanded man to stop being a man to follow me, nor have I asked a woman to stop being a woman to fulfill a spiritual mission. Not the husband have I separated from his partner, nor have I distanced her from her husband so that they can serve me. Nor have I told the parents that they abandon their children or that they leave work so that they can follow me. 56. To some and to others, by turning them into workers of this countryside, I have made them understand that because they are my servants being human and that for the same reason they have to know how to give to God what belongs to God and to the world what belongs to him. 57. I only tell you, do not miss any of the occasions that I put in your path so that you fulfill the mission of love that I have taught you. 58. Linked you will find your spiritual and material duties, and many times at the same time you will be fulfilling both laws. 59. 7 spiritual stages your spirit will have to travel to reach its perfection. Today that you live on earth, you do not know on which step of the scale you are. 60. Knowing the resolution of this question of your spirit, I must not tell you for now. 61. Work with great effort so that, when death comes, and you close the eyes of your body on this life, you feel the spirit rise by itself until it reaches the abode that by its merits it has reached. 62. The disciples of this work will contemplate in the time of bodily death how easily the ties that unite spirit to matter. In it there will be no pain for having to leave the satisfactions of the earth. His spirit will not wander like a shadow among men, knocking from door to door, from heart to heart in search of light, charity, peace. 63. Pray and watch, see how while my word full of sweetness and peace descends among you, there, in other nations, the war sows desolation in its wake. 64. Pray for the world, people. 65. Men. When you return home with a hurried step, because you want to hold the wife in your arms or look into the eyes of your children, and you carry joy in your heart because the fruit of your work you are going to give to your own. Pray for those men who are in death camps and will no longer be able to return in search of their home because it was razed. 66. When you have a joy, do not forget that in that same hour there are many who cry. 67. You, women and mothers, when you bend your face to kiss the forehead of the child who sweetly sleeps on the cradle, think of those mothers who before were like larks and now have lost their nest, their companion and their children, because the war like a hurricane wind destroyed everything. 68. When you close your door and feel the sweet warmth of home and its protection, think also of those mothers who they search in the bowels of the earth for a place to protect their children from death. Think of the children who call their parents without receiving an answer, and in those who only say one word, bread. 69. And while men continue to destroy themselves, you pray, and may your prayer be like an angel of peace that flourishes over those peoples. 70. From master to disciple and from father to son I have spoken to you. Meditate on my word. 71. The meeting that you form with my divinity is similar to a stout tree that invites the traveler to rest. I am the root and trunk of that tree, and you are the extensive branches, covered with foliage. I feed you with the sap, and in it you receive life and strength. Think, if you can live detached from me. You tell me sometimes that you have weakened, and that you suffer because times have changed. And I tell you that times are the same. What has changed is your heart, because it has not known how to live and persevere in love, in union and in peace. And this is the cause of your affliction. 72. My teaching comes to renew the faith of your spirit, to give you new strength and to enlighten you. My word is crystalline water that quenches thirst and overflows inexhaustibly over you. I give you plenty of wheat to grow in the hearts of your brothers. I want that as I love you, I want you to love one another, and also you yourselves, because I have granted you not only the guidance and direction of a portion, but the first duty that you have with me, it is to watch over yourselves. You must love each other, recognizing that you are the living image of your Creator. 73. The harvest that you present to me until today is of pain and scarce recognition of my law, and I have not given you this chalice to drink. I told you, yes, you sow wheat, you will gather wheat, but you must take care of the seed that you sow. Today is harvest time, and each one he will reap his harvest. Afterwards, the earth will be clean, and man will begin a new life, and I will be very close, inspiring your heart. It will be the reign of peace, of which I have spoken much, beloved disciples, and for which I am preparing every spirit. 74. I want to contemplate you as little children around my table, listening to me and feeding you, penetrating communion with me, and as you are receiving my lessons, form purposes of fulfillment. I want you to serve your siblings. I will send you to them. When love and charity have blossomed in your heart, let it be in your life like a clean mirror so that your actions are reflected in it, and you will know if you have done well or if you have missed. 75. The development of the virtues of my disciples will be an encouragement to those through whom I communicate. Inspiration will be abundant, and my grace and wonders will be poured out among humanity. Your good brothers, attracted by your preparation, they will help you and make your path easy and your work pleasant. Your influence will go beyond your home, of your region or nation, helping other hearts. Good has a power that you do not yet know. 76. I have given my word through simple and ignorant men. But among those who listen to me are the scientists, those of cultivated understanding, who have known how to discover my divine essence in the humility of this word. I have buffed your heart day after day, to make it sensitive to my inspirations, and my love has conquered. Of the rock that you made present in your heart, I have made a temple in which you offer me a worship of love. 77. I entrust my work to you. Defend it because it is a jewel of priceless value. Be sentinels and watch that she is respected and understood. Let nothing make you back down on the road. Go always forward. 78. Whenever your heart is thirsty for love, elevate yourselves to me. When the pains are like a heavy burden, remember that there is a Father who loves you and who is ready to console you. And thinking of me, you will feel that fear and sorrows fade. Entrust your sick to me, and I will heal them. 79. The tree of life has spread its branches to give you rest and freshness, and its fruits have sweetened your heart. My peace be with you.